Great to get a win against a really good football team. Knew it was going to be a challenge going against the Niners, and they got a great team, great defense, and they showed that tonight. Felt their rush, felt them playing fast. Proud of the way our team played. I felt it was complimentary football. Defense creating turnovers made a big difference in the game. I thought Jordan Addison's play before the half, was a game-winning type play. Many players stepped up. Brandon Powell, T.J. Hawkinson, our running backs. Tristan had to step in there when we had some guys go down. Did a great job. KJ's always so solid. To have no sacks says a lot about our offensive line and Kevin and just the plan they had in place. And, we got to be better in the red zone. When you kick field goals like that down there, it drives me crazy. And so got to be better in the low red. And, we got to come out of a game at some point with no turnovers and just be really clean with the football. So we're still working towards that. But, big to get a win. And I got to say it, Creed. I mean, I'm getting my ankles taped pregame because I try to get them taped as late as possible, and I'm sitting there on the table, and suddenly it comes on. And Garrett Bradbury's doing some body work next to me, and he goes, forget this, I got to go enjoy this with the boys. So he then gets up and goes in the locker room, and I get my ankles taped, and we go in there. It's really good morale, and then we go to pray in the corner of the locker room with any guys that want to pray, and we go prayer, over here, and so we had to turn the creed off, and Harrison Smith made a great point. He said, guys, this is the prayer. And I thought that's pretty good. So yeah, we'll keep playing. But they keep playing higher, and I'm going, Creed has a lot of hits. They got a good catalog. We don't have to only play higher, but they're taking us higher, so we'll take it.
Can you talk about the mental makeup of this team, having a turnover on the first drive and being able to persevere through all that?
Yeah, this game's going to punch you in the gut, and you're going to have things that don't go your way, and that turnover was tough, and you have to just play through it, play through the smoke, as my college coach used to say. So, we were able to do that tonight, and clearly the way Jordan responded, he had a couple tough catches in traffic, the one that very easily could have been an interception, the other one that the safety was driving. You could tell he made a decision that that's not happening again, and it reflected in the way he played.
Take us through the touchdown. What did you see?
Yeah, they bring a blitz there, and they were kind of zeroed out in the back end, and I had to throw it earlier than I wanted to, and I didn't really know where to lead him, and so I was like, I don't want to overlead him, and then what I did was I underled him, and so you allow the DB then to undercut it, and I thought it was getting picked, and Jordan, I still don't quite know, I haven't seen it in slow motion, I still don't know how Jordan came away with it, and then because they were kind of zeroed out, once he pulls away, there's nobody left, so a big time play by him.
There's some stat about how that a team hasn't used a zero blitz in that situation in like 3 years, and obviously you guys have a check for that if it happens. But did it strike you as pretty unusual to see that in that particular situation?
I think we got zeroed late in the game against the Chiefs as well, back to back. I mean, it happens, and I think you prepare and you play knowing that at any time defenses can bring a lot of looks, and the minute you start to think that something's not coming, that's when you can get hurt. So, it's you're just kind of aware for anything, anytime.
What does a win like this do for the morale of the team?
Yeah, obviously there's a great feeling in the locker room right now, and we've got a short week, and we go on the road in the division, and so they don't get easier from here. You just, we talk about trying to go 1-0 each week and win or lose. You kind of compartmentalize it, put it away, and go to the next one, and that's what we'll do. But we got to show we're a mature football team that after this can get right back to work and get the next one.
Did you get a feeling from the offensive line, like playing against this front meant a little more to them to have the kind of performance they did?
I thought they did a great job protecting all night. Again, a lot of pass attempts. It's not like we threw the ball 20 times, So they handled a lot, and it's a unit that's played together for a while. They played with me for a while, and so at times that really helps, I think, to have 3 or 4 of the guys in there where you feel like, hey, we've been here before together, and they kind of can finish my sentences and finish my thoughts before I even do myself. So I think that helps at times.
Kevin was saying that the message you had for the offense on
Yeah.
Friday was particularly
Yeah.
resonant. Just what kind of was important to you to relay to them going into this one?
Yeah, I just this offseason felt like we needed to play our best games against the best defenses as an offense, and you measure yourself against the best, and when the schedule came out in May, I just looked at Philly, looked at San Fran, and a couple others up ahead where you say, I know in May that these are going to be some of the best defenses we'll play. That's got to be our best football. And I just challenged them and just said, understand, here it is. Like this is a challenging group that we got to be our best, and not just our best at the big picture of winning, but our best in how we run motions, how we handle snap counts, how we prepare the details. We got to be our absolute best, and just try to challenge them from that standpoint. And I felt like everybody was up for the challenge.
Maybe a ridiculous one, but do you always wear the wristband, or was that?
It's a good question, Alec. Plays are getting long, play calls, and just a few weeks ago, I had been calling these long plays for a while now, and you saw the Netflix deal. I'm in the car trying to remember. And I thought, at some point, let's just get a wristband because it's getting crazy. So there's a lot of football in that wristband.
Jordan is not the biggest guy, but it seemed like he had a lot of physicality in playing.
Yeah.
So what do you see him kind of being able to use what he has and not just be a little guy but play tough?
Yeah, no, he's only 7 games into his pro career. So, I told him after the game, I said, hey, your play it before the half won the game, and then there's probably 2 more plays out there we can connect on for touchdowns too. So it's exciting though to see his potential and the playmaker that he is. And there's a lot of things about his ability that you can't teach, and that we're fortunate to have. And Keenan will keep working with him. I'll keep working with him, and I think that he has the potential to be a very good receiver in this league.
Surprised by his suddenness?
By Jordan's suddenness? I don't know. I guess you'd have to ask them, but he certainly is a really talented player.
What was it about Coach O'Connell's game plan that helped kind of keep the pressure off of you and not allow the 49ers to get a sack today?
Yeah, I think Kevin was very aware of their rush, and so the way he called the game was, factoring that in, and I thought he and then the execution of it by our line and our tight ends and our running backs blocking, gave us the time we needed to throw, because not everything was quick hitters. There were some longer developing plays, so it's kind of the marriage of the coaches and the scheme, and then the players and the execution.
And just your point of view from Cam Akers and the burst he has when he gets the football.
Yeah, he does a great job. He's a very patient runner. He does have good burst. He can kind of be slow to go and then hit it when it's there. And I know the line loves blocking for him, and have a lot of confidence in Alex and Cam and C.J. Ham, and Ty Chandler made a big play for us tonight. So, we've always said that the depth and the ability of a lot of different guys to rely on them. I think you're seeing it, that there's a lot of players contributing to the production of the offense.
TJ,
How encouraging is it to have this type of performance offensively, maybe the rhythm that you guys had against that type of defense?
Yeah, it was a positive night, but the way I'm wired, I'm thinking about the 2 red zone possessions we didn't score touchdowns. So, and you also know the difference between walking away with a win tonight and then sitting here and you lost. It isn't much. And so you try not to get too low in the losses when you realize how close you were to a win, and you try not to get too up in the wins. I think it's more just try to get that win, and then regardless, put it away and go to the next one and try to fix whatever isn't good enough, win or lose. And so that's what we'll do. But there's no doubt I'm going to be driving home with Cooper, and we'll be in a much better mood than we were against the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. So.
Connected with TJ 11 times, but I think 9 different teammates caught at least one pass from him. I mean, Tristan Jackson's first catch had a key moment to get.
It was a key moment.
Just ability to keep moving on when guys are going out.
Yeah, I've always just viewed it as being a point guard and distributing, and whoever the other players are out there, I'll just be the distributor. And that's kind of the way I've always played going back to high school. So I've been fortunate to play with a lot of talented skill players through my years, and I'll keep doing that. But really, it's just my thought is I'm the point guard distributing to whoever it may be, and then Kevin's kind of the coach drawing it up, and I just got to go execute it.
Is there any play among the 2 series down by the goal line that maybe stands out to you as you look back at it?
For sure. Fred Warner tips the one, I think, is a touchdown. If he doesn't tip it, I told him that after the game. I have to go back and watch the one to Alex, but just wanted to put that right on his inside shoulder before the corner could get it, and thought we had a chance there, but I'll have to go watch it. And then the one to Jordan Addison on a little corner route, I drove it to his outside shoulder thinking that was a safe place to put it, but I wish I just stopped him with the ball. The corner was climbing, the safety was inside out. Gave the safety a little too much credit that he was going to get there when really he probably wasn't. And I think we can get score right there if I just put it on him. And there even, I think, was one more, but the sneak didn't really get us much there, and then the penalty hurt, and so there were a few plays there. Alrighty, thanks guys.
The vibe with him.
Yeah, he talked a lot to the offense yesterday about, when the schedule comes out and you're going to be playing at home on Monday Night Football against this team. I have so much respect for Kyle, for their whole offense and defensive staff, and then they've got really, really good players. They've built that team the right way. And Kirk talked to our offense about, hey, these are the types of games you can really measure what you're capable of. And really meeting the moment, capturing the moment with your execution, and being willing to turn it loose, regardless of what happened on the previous play. Just turn it loose, be confident in the guys next to you. And, I think Kirk's message was well received clearly by our offense, but that carried over to our whole team, and that's leadership. We could go for the next 35, 40 minutes about the way he played, individual plays where he was overcoming some circumstances, moving within the pocket, trusting the protection, and seeing the whole field. And against that team, that's big-time quarterback play in my mind. Career sack, the offensive line as a whole, and throw T.J. Hawkinson in there as well for a huge block to essentially play the best front in football and not give up a single sack. It's a credit to Kirk and for sure that group up front. Cam Bynum with the 2 interceptions, but Kirk Cousins was absolutely fantastic tonight in critical moments, time after time, progressing, seeing the whole field, and absolutely dialed in every phase of our game plan. So we could have finished a little better in the red zone, had some opportunities. I got to give our guys some better plays down there, and we'll continue to improve there, but just want to credit Flo, his staff, up against Kyle and that group. That's a heck of a challenge, and they responded tonight with a great plan, and our guys went out and executed.